this is that Marey gas water heater. You got a gas flow knob here, and then a gas, or what did I say, water flow. Water flow. You can turn it up and down. You got a gas flow knob here. You can increase the amount of fire. Of course, makes it hotter or colder. Here's the hose that came with it, with the regulator and stuff. On our camper, I'm going to have to put a T on there so I can run from one tank from the stove, cook stove, and also run this. Now with this, you get these fittings here. This happens to be a garden hose fitting that came with it. Here's where you hook up the other end of that LP hose. And then on the pump here that I've just got screwed to the top of this plastic tank, I had to get another garden hose fitting for these pumps that I got, the Elevan pumps that I got at Mills Fleet Farm. So you got a 3/8 pipe thread that goes into that pump, and then garden hose again, because we intend on leaving this in the pickup and running the hose to the heater, which will probably hang on the campers, on the outside of the camper someplace. We got a 10-foot hose to go in there, like it's like a wash machine hose or something. It's a double female garden or hose that'll screw on both of these quickly. You know, try to make it user friendly. This tank I had out of another old camper, I think maybe out of that old Palomino or something. So I plugged the holes that I don't need. I'm going to put a 3/8, just a piece of 3/8 hose from here up to the pump. I don't have that yet. And on this fill spout, I'm going to have to put an elbow up here with a cap on it to fill it. I don't have that yet. With that, with the heater comes this 6-foot shower wand. Yeah, it's 4 foot. It's not really long enough. You can buy a longer hose here. I think we're going to do that, or else just cut it and splice it maybe. Not sure which. Screws right on the bottom. Screws right on the bottom here. It's a quick, easy thing. I mean, you can take this all. I assume that you'll be able to take this apart, put together in just a matter of minutes. Should be pretty easy, user-friendly. This is actually not too bad a deal. It's got an on-off switch on it, which actually just shuts the water off. When you shut the water off, the water quits flowing through here, then the fire shuts off. And also, when the pump builds up pressure, it'll shut off on its own. So when you shut this to off and want to soap up or whatever you're going to do, this all ought to shut off. And then when you hit the trigger here again to turn it on, the fire kicks on automatically. It's kind of a neat deal. And then the pump will kick on and force pressurize this. Now if you happen to be in a campground or someplace that has a hydrant or a faucet, you know, you can just hook a garden hose right up to this from the campground site. You wouldn't even have to use your tank here. We just got this because a lot of the swap meets, you know, we go to, you're out in the middle of a parking lot or something. There's no water or faucet around. So we tried this the other day. This little heater is slick. It got that water. You could get that water too hot if you wanted to. I said it really works good. So I think it'll be plenty adequate, and I think it'll be great for our little camper. Also the pump has this little double fitting here, which I have a fitting and a hunk of wiring that actually came from a generator I had that had the same end on it, which you can get that end someplace if you don't have one. But anyway, on the other end is alligator clip, so we'll be able to clip from the pump right onto the battery in front of the camper that runs the lights and stuff on the camper. So what you'll do is if you have the wire rolled up someplace else, I think that's like a 10-foot or two, you can just plug that in, alligator clamp it to your battery, and the pump will be ready to go. And then of course it'll start pumping water right away till it gets up to pressure, which you'll have this, you'll have your hand wand shut off. So other than that, that's all I know. Inside here is a couple D batteries that it's electronic ignition. That's why it starts and stops like it does, which is pretty slick, really. Okay.